Hello and welcome back to Trails of Cold Steel 2 for some bonus content. So the whole memory stuff here has the bonding event stuff and of course this. I had to go back and actually finish through and exit to the title for each of these four because previously I just got to the point where it leveled up and then I quit out of the game and came back to it. So it never really stayed. And I can't do millions for this, and that's the one that has extra information that I should be more aware of, basically, I've been told. So I'm going to go probably look at that online. I looked back, I could have, if I still had the save from before the Trista events, I would have been able to go back and get hers proper like, but I don't have that save anymore. So the earliest save I have is actually the one right before I'm the bonding events. Yeah, I had like 5 saves that I was consistently just saving over time, so I don't have saves going all the way back or anything. Yeah, not enough foresight on that, I suppose. Either way, Alphen has the finale one and the epilogue one, which we've seen. Each of these other ones seem like they have 2 each for the epilogue. You haven't completed the game after viewing this character. I mean, you likely haven't seen this event while playing. View it anyways. Yeah, just fine.
Reen!
Oh, okay. Hey, Elliot, my boy. Oh, hey, I thought you were off to club practice.
Yeah, I am. There's a composition I want you to hear first, though.
Ah, really?
Yep, I've been practicing it for a while, you see. And I wanted you to be the first one to hear it once you got back. Do you have the time?
Okay. Of course. I've actually missed hearing you play. Alright, concert begin. But I don't have my intro. We're supposed to go. Oh, am I necessary?
Okay.
Oh. He just pulls it out of nowhere. That was a beautiful, beautiful song of no sound. It wasn't for long, but the two of them were happy simply passing the time together. When the time came to part ways, they said their goodbyes just outside the classroom. Cool. Okay, this seems like it's probably new. You know, Reen, I really think I should... Don't. I know what you're going to say, but don't. I'm happy you thought about it, but it wouldn't benefit either of us. We've had this discussion more than enough times. But... the best thing the two of us can do now is go our own ways. Our paths are laid out ahead of us, and they're diverging. You only get one life, so you should live it for yourself instead of feeling obliged to hold back for someone else. Same holds true for all the other classmates too. I guess so. That's why I decided to transfer to begin with. The war's over, but that doesn't mean our difficult times are at an end. And I still want to be of use. I still want to use the power of music to heal people's hearts, even if it's just a little bit. I hope everything goes well for you here at Thor's in the meantime, though. Even if I am worried that you're going to overwork yourself while I'm away. Oh, don't worry, that would have happened, regardless whether you're here or not. But since Trista's really close to Heimdall, I'll pop over to check on you as much as I can. I think I'd drive you crazy if I visited once a week. I don't know if either one of us would have time for that, to be honest. I'm sure we'll be able to keep hanging out with each other, though. I'll try to find chances to visit you in Heimdall, too. And it is decided. So I'm guessing it's going to be the same concept for all of them. This one, I'm afraid about getting it out of the way.
Reen?
Hey there. What's up? I thought you were going to water the flowers.
I was, but they can wait. I think you need more watering now.
What? Thanks. You're a sweet girl, you know that?
Not really. I wanted to do this for myself. I need to make the most of this warmth while I still can.
Yeah. Okay. You really are as docile as can be when we're alone together, unlike the rest of the time.
Shut up.
Ha 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 ha. It wasn't for long, but the two of them pass the time, so and so. Okay. Okay, that wasn't as awkward as it could have been. At least the first one seemed to be in line with, it could have been interpreted as, like, I'm going to interpret the first one as I want and say it is capable of being interpreted like a brother-sister relationship. Like, in that sort of way. So, yeah. And... what's wrong? I think you could do with some more watering too. That probably goes for the both of us. I still don't know whether or not I'm doing the right thing, but it doesn't feel right abandoning a member of my family like this. Maybe I should stay with you for at least... Fee, talked about this, right? Hate to say it, but going your separate ways is best for the both of us right now. I only get one life, so I want you to make the most of it. Don't hold yourself back for my sake or anyone else's. Same holds true for all of our other classmates too. I guess. I want to find out where Zeno and Leo went. Rest of the Corps too. I still want to find out what they meant by bring back the boss. No, not want to, need to. I don't want you to put yourself in any more danger than you have to, but I know how much your family means to you. So, more than anything else, I want you to do what you feel you need to. Don't worry about me. I'll be right here waiting for you to come back when you're done. You better. Once I find them all, I'll introduce you. Because all my new family members, you're the most special of me. Yeah, that'll go over really well with your family of Jaegers. Well, whatever, bring it on. Okay, that was a thing. It was a thing.
Reen.
Huh? Oh, I thought you were going to the gym.
My apologies. I do intend to go. I just wanted to spend a little time with you first. It feels like it's been a long time since we last had the chance. So,
You don't even realize how cute you are sometimes, do you?
I feel like I've grown more selfish ever since I met you.
And I don't mind at all. Having you in my arms again is everything I could ask for.
Reen.
Yeah, that one was much more romantic than the Fee one. And yes, I'm going to use that as confirmation bias for my little sister relationship with Fee. God fucking damn it. Well, that is definitely the indicator for all of them. Reen, I would still like for you to come with me on my... Or, we talked about this, right? And for once, someone doesn't want me to... For once, someone doesn't want to stay behind for me. The best thing for the two of us is to walk our own paths. You only get one life. You only live once. You've got to make the most of it. I'd just hold you back if I were with you. And you shouldn't be holding yourself back for someone else's sake. None of us should. I suppose you're right. I know that by taking on this training, I'll obtain the strength I need to clear through the uncertain days ahead. Is something I have to do. Not only to become stronger for me, but to continue being a worthy sword for you. Thank you, Laura. I won't tell you not to overexert yourself, as I certainly can't promise that I won't. Still, I want you to always bear in mind that no matter what happens, no matter where I am, my heart is always with you. Please, never forget that. I wouldn't want it any other way. Yes, still more romantic. Yay. Well, these are nice. They're, I mean, they're just like short little parts, but Yeah.
Reen?
Hello. I'm still sorry. What's up?
Nothing, really. I just wanted to spend a little more time with you.
Well, I'd love that too, but are you sure you can afford to? I mean, you have that meeting with the lacrosse club about tomorrow, don't you?
I know, but that can wait. Right now, I just want to be with you for as long as I can. Please?
How can I say no to such a cute face like yours? Nothing would make me happier. Oh, that was cute. Oh. Oh my. Elisa? I don't really care what happens to the Rhineford group. I don't even want to go back to Rower. All I want to do is stay here with you. Elisa. We've talked about this. The best thing for the two of us now is to go our separate ways. Only get one life, and you gotta make the most of it, and I've said this before. That's true for all of us, as it is for the rest of the classmate. That's true for us as much as it is the rest of the class. I know, I just hate it has to be this way. But that the company's director is now gone, the group is now much weaker than it was before. Everyone's saying we should be making more weapons than ever, but the company's in no position to be doing something like that. Mother and grandfather might be skilled, but even they aren't skilled enough to go against the changing times. As their family, I feel like I should be right there supporting them. No, scratch that. It's not because I feel like I have to. I want to support them. And that's what you should do. Don't worry about me. I'll be just fine. Even if we're apart, I'll always be thinking about you. Not a single day will pass where I won't be thinking about that sweet, hard-working girl I fell in love with. Irene, that's so sweet. Boop, 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 boop. And... no. Sorry, I didn't mean to get so worked up. I'm really happy, though. Me too. Still, let's make the most of our free day tomorrow. It's the last one we'll ever have as a class. The regrets. Yeah, you're right. Probably spend it. Okay. Yeah, interesting. You could sort of tell the difference between how romantic each of his relationships are. How far he is in that relationship, I suppose. Still see the Fee one as like a little sister one. And I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to stick with that, god damn it. Okay, all I got left is probably look at the Milliams online or something, and then look at the Black Record stuff, which shouldn't be too... If I'm watching video, though, I'm probably not going to be reading out all the dialogue, just because of the nature of, you know, I'm watching and I'm not advancing it myself, so. Okay, well, I'll see you in that then. I don't think this is... yeah, this definitely hasn't been long enough to do a full bonus, so I'll include all that. See you then. Am I watching this on double speed? Yes, I'm watching this on double speed because I watch things on double speed. Yeah.
Reen, I've been feeling kinda off lately. Every time I think about how we'll have to fight Crow, my chest hurts. It wasn't like this before. I don't know why either. It's not like I've hurt myself there or anything. He's C. He's our enemy now and we need to fight him. So, I don't know why I feel this way. It's all new to me. It is? Maybe it is for you, but I don't know if it's such a good thing for me to feel like this as an Ironblood. These feelings might get in the way of me doing my work in the future, so I'd probably be better off without them. Huh? Why's that? You think? I'll never figure out how you don't burst out laughing in the middle of all those mushy speeches. We're classmates, but you barely know anything about me if you think about it. That's so. You love me that much, huh? So you gonna marry me when I'm all grown up and hot and stuff? Roger.
Okay. 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 That was nice enough. Then there's the other parts of this.
Well, George!
My goodness. She is exactly the type.
No,
She.
I just kind of felt a sudden urge to
My
do it.
goodness.
Yay!
God. If Reen is like. If Reen's like an older brother to Fee, he's like a fucking father to Milliam. My goodness. Yeah. Oh, sold off. God damn. There's another one over in Crossbell. Oh my goodness, she does this. She keeps doing this. Interesting. Okay, so it's basically what seemed to be implied by the stuff from the ending. Well, the first credits in terms of like a jealous housewife. You're way too young for that. So yeah, basically it sounds like they were test tube babies when it comes down to it. And there really isn't much more to it, at least that she knows. Okay. Familiar with it. Scholar, teacher, nothing. So he knows about it. He's still super suspicious. Lost the ages. Wow, really? Piqued your curiosity. Kitty's a schoolboy looking at it. Getting to work to deciphering it. Books, seen some heavy damage. Just to leave it along with any others you might see. Here, 5 means, here you go. And yes, I do this on double speed because this is how I watch YouTube videos. I can watch double the Let's Plays at this rate. Damn. Oh, 5. There might be a 6th one. Interesting. Oh, please do, please do, please do. More than happy. Okay. Oh, okay. I remember this. I definitely remember this. Oh, you finished? Awesome. Decoding report. Right. Yeah, I'm pretty curious too. Okay. All the black records in the notebook were updated. Ooh. Okay. Pausing and reading. Gods of creation before Septine calendar. In the beginning there are two great gods. One boasted unrivaled courage, the other unparalleled fortitude. They descended from the heavens with their kin, and it was upon the dark land below that they first met. Interesting. Calamity. Oh, where they first met Calamity. You know, the sentence seemed to end naturally without that, but okay. Their opposing natures incompatible, the two were drawn irresistibly into battle, and thus began a struggle that shook heaven and earth. The goddess and the spirit's laments were for naught. As the land quaked, the skies were torn asunder. Okay, so there are two great gods. They came down for courage and fortitude. They met Calamity. Is this supposed to be like Reen and Crow going up against... Okay. Against the Vermilion Apocalypse? Okay. Goddess and Spirit's laments were for naught as the land quaked. Okay. So they can do shit. And the gods' kin could only tremble in fear. After what seemed like an eternity, their clash came to an end. But it was an end of mutual defeat. Their power spent, the empty shells of the two celestial titans were flung into the furthest reaches of the dark. Flung into the furthest reaches of the dark land. All that remained in their wake were terrible. In their wake were terrible their kin and their great power. Okay. So there's Calamity, Fortitude, and Courage duked it out. Nothing else could stop them, not even the goddess and spirits. Then all of them died, and all that was left was their kin and the great power. And the great power being, the last boss. Luciferia, I think. Ooh, okay. The Dark Dragon, year 371. These sounds like myths and whatnot. 200 years after Heimdall was first founded, Rune rose on monstrous wings from the depths of the earth. Its name was Zora Agruga, the Dark Dragon, a malevolent creature of terrible power. It spread a miasma throughout the capital that turned Heimdall into the City of the Dead. So we have this Dark Dragon, who did basically the same thing as the Vermilion Apocalypse. Is it really a dragon, or... The horrors did not end there. The evil dragon desecrated the corpses of the fallen, taking control of their bodies and using them to attack those who remained alive, further increasing the legions of the dead. The emperor at the time, Astorius II, was forced to flee the city with what remained of his household and citizens. Together they retreated south and established a new capital in the land of Saint Arc. For 100 years, the bane of Heimdall went unchallenged until Hector I, the 7th emperor of Erebonia, resolved to recapture the city. Time had proved an ally to the beast, however, and the dragon's influence had spread over the surrounding area like a plague. Undaunted Hector I led an army of brave knights into the necropolis in an attempt to free it. But, though their hearts were steadfast, their arrival was met by legions of powerful fiends, and their efforts seemed doomed to end in failure. It was then that Hector I had a fateful encounter with none other than the great Vermilion Knight, the Testarossa. The knight recognized Hector I as its master, and boasted its immense power and countless weapons. The Emperor moved once again on the city and to the decisive encounter with the Dark Dragon. Okay, this all sounds super duper mythological, but I mean, okay. If I were to guess, I'd say, did the Vermilion Apocalypse like infuse itself with the dragon? Because it did the same thing. The battle shook the city to its core, and at the end, the Vermilion Knight was victorious. The Scourge of Heimdall, the Dark Dragon, was defeated. However, the price of victory was steep. The corrupted blood that flowed from the dragons claimed Hector's life and defiled even the knight itself, placing a curse upon it. The noble Testarossa became the Crimson Calamity, a demon with 1,000 weapons that only reacts to the blood of the Arnor family, a destructive force on par with the Dark Dragon that, should control of it ever be lost, would threaten the world and all who live in it. Okay, makes some sense. It was sealed deep underground, never intended again to see the light of day. Meanwhile, a new city rose from the ashes of the old, and people once again began to gather in Heimdall. And that was when the Vermilion capital, that endures to this day, was first built. Okay. So this is the origin behind the Vermilion... this is the origin behind the Vermilion Apocalypse. As vague as this Dark Dragon concept is... Yeah, looking back on this, there really isn't any answer as to where this Dark Dragon came from in the first place. From the depths of the earth. Is it just something that was living in like the core of the earth or something? The War of the Line begins, year 947. In the year 947, Emperor Valius V passed away. His death heralded the beginning of the largest scale civil war in Erebonia history. Valius V, was a ruler with a somewhat debaucherous reputation and is said to have countless wives and concubines. To further complicate the matter of succession, many of these wives came from prestigious noble families, all of whom began competing for power and wanted their offspring to take the throne. In the days of Valius V's death, Crown Prince Manfred, the son of his first wife, was assassinated by an unknown party. Following the death of the Crown Prince, the fourth prince and the son of the first of Emperors Valius' secondary wives, Prince Orthoros, seized the capital by force. Once in control, he declared himself the new emperor and began purging all those who dared oppose him. The coup set off a succession of counterclaims, and 3 other princes also named themselves to be the new emperor. Backed by the most powerful noble families of their mothers, the competing princes ignited a bloody 5-year-long civil war. And thus, the War of the Lions began. So that was much longer than the current one, okay. I wonder what the current one's going to be called in history. War of the Horned Lions? I mean, that's what Thor's is about, yeah? At first, the prince's armies were largely equal in terms of strength. It wasn't until Orthoros, who would later become to be known as the False Emperor, revived the being that had long been sealed under the city. The balance of power had been shifted. But Testarossa, a legendary Vermilion Knight, now tainted by the blood of Zora Agruga, saw the light of day once more. With his unmatched strength under his control, Orthoros decimated his greatest competition in one fell swoop, and the 5th prince, Gunnar, was defeated. Interesting. So he was able to control it, unlike Cedric was definitely not able to. So by being corrupted, does it like take on the will of the dragon at that point? Maybe? It seemed inevitable that the armies of the other princes would share the same fate, but it was at this pivotal point that the war took yet another surprising and sudden turn. This unexpected development came in the form of another great knight, the Palatinate Knight. The famed champion was acquired by Prince Lucius, the 6th and youngest of the feuding brothers, and with its power he was able to defeat the army of the brilliant strategist and second Prince Albert. Victorious and backed by the knight's power, Prince Lucius was poised to challenge Orthoros. Prince Gunnar and Albert's armies, however, were not completely wiped out and decided to join forces with one another in order to oppose the other princes. It was thus that the war became one fought by 3 separate groups: Prince Orthoros with the Vermilion Knight, Prince Lucius with the Palatinate Knight, and Prince Gunnar and Albert, who had no knight but compensated with their sheer number. The War of the Lions had been raging for 2 years now, and the chaos only seemed to worsen by the day. Ereboni seemed fated to fall into ruin and darkness, fitting, perhaps, for a nation that takes its name from Erebos, and that's the end of it. Well, at least that's the setup for the War of the Lions. Drykos. Okay, so this is going to be Drykos now. A young man lazed on a grassy plain, enjoying a nap in a peaceful setting. Before long, however, his rest was interrupted by the arrival of a second young man on horseback. The youth wore the trappings of a knight, and his expression was deathly serious. His armor bore many rents and scratches, and his left arm was bound in bloody bandage. The first young man had not seen him in several years, but a cheerful reunion did not seem to be his purpose. "You're right after all," the second man said, gravely. "At this rate, the Empire's days are numbered." At this, the first young man rose from the grass. He was none other than the 3rd prince of the Erebonian Empire, Prince Drykos. As a man with no claim to the throne due to his commoner mother, and shunned by the other highborn princes, Drykos had long since left Erebonia behind, wandering from place to place and whiling his days away. 3 years prior, he had reached the land of Nord, where he had remained ever since. Though left to his own devices since childhood, his nature was noble, and he was quickly accepted by the people of Nord and lived peacefully among them. But while he had left his homeland, he had not truly abandoned it in his heart. During his wanderings, his mother had passed away, but while she lived, she had told him something that would remain for him for the rest of his days. "The blood flowing through you will not allow you to turn your back on the Empire's suffering." Prince Drykos had turned those words over in his head again and again. What could a powerless vagrant like him truly hope to do? The knight's arrival, however, signified 2 things: that the war continued to worsen, and that Erebonia was on a certain path to ruination. His mother was probably correct. Hearing the knight's words, he decided that enough was enough. He could ignore the pain of his countrymen no longer. That knight, incidentally, was called Roland. He was a childhood friend of Drykos and his confidant. He was also the man who Drykos had left in charge of things in his place before leaving the country. Prince Drykos set about preparing to depart, but before he could finish, he was met by several of the tall knights of Nord. Their cross-shaped spears in hand, they too were close friends of Drykos, and they volunteered to accompany him and Roland, fearing that the 2 men alone would not stand a chance. Next morning, the prince departed the village, a mere 17 men under his command. They bade farewell to the people of the settlement, and its elder wished them well. "May the winds and the goddess be with you. He bless them. Fortune favor you all." Interesting. Prince Drykos' opponents were the armies of the 4th Prince Orthoros and his Vermilion Knight, 6th Prince Lucius with his Palatinate Knight, and the combined forces of the remaining princes, Gunnar and Albert, who had a legion of magical golems under their control now for some reason. Yet it was he, the illegitimate son of a commoner and latecomer to the war, who emerged triumphant. His victory did not come without losses, however. During his return to Erebonian, Roland fell in battle. Not long after that, he met a woman who changed his destiny forever. That woman was none other than the daughter of Count Sandlot, who hailed from the lakeside town of the Grom. Her charismatic personality and peerless skills with the lance earned her the leadership of a band of knights. Known as the Eisenritter, and the moniker Lance Maiden, her name was Leon Sandlot. Prince Dreichels and Leon Sandlot may have come from wildly different backgrounds, but their concern for the innocent victims of the war united them in purpose to bring an end to the bloodshed, and it was those shared feelings that made them join forces. The two of them, along with the warriors of Nord, the Eisenritter, and all the other people of the nation whose hearts they moved, liberated one town after another, and were eventually successful in persuading even Prince Lucius, owner of the Palatinate Knight, to fight for their cause. At the same time, however, the false emperor schemed to elevate the cursed Vermilion Knight to even greater power to godhood. Thus, the Vermilion Apocalypse was created. Interesting. The demonic god emerged from Heimdall alongside the monstrous castle and vanquished the approaching armies of Albert and Gunnar in a single battle. Their end was anything but conventional, however. They were simply erased from existence. Ugh. The Vermilion Apocalypse didn't get anywhere near that in the game, did it? Even the Palatinate Knight could not contend with such a foe and was felled. As it was decimated, all who challenged the false emperor, countless crimson spirit veins spread out from the castle, stealing the very life from the capital citizens, as well as those in the surrounding area. So mana is considered life energy. Okay. Well, at least it was at the time. Defeat seemed all but inevitable for Prince Dreichels and the Lance Maiden, and their followers, but they refused to give up. Following the guidance of a kindly witch, they were led to a new great knight, which slumbered on the outskirts of Heimdall. After overcoming a trial, they were able to claim the Ashen Knight in its power, and with it in hand, along with their many supporters and the army of Prince Lucius, they marched the capital for the final time, eventually making their way to the capital at the center. 3 days later, on the 4th of July, interesting, year 952, the castle vanished from existence, and the city was liberated. Okay, it does seem pretty much in line with what we figured happened, based on the game. Why, hello there. Is that Rose? Yeah, that's Rosine. Mystery still looks like our satellite peak. Might not be the best idea, there's no telling what could happen. Yeah, take a hard pass on that. Oh, come on, I was only kidding. I wouldn't dream rushing to steal through a discovery myself, but all joking aside. Black records. Huh? Yeah, sure, I looked at them. Why do you ask? What's Rosine doing here? That's a really fucking good question. Questions, so many questions. Please allow me to educate. What are you doing? What? What's going on? This is just like what... Partition. Okay, I'm putting this on. I'm putting this on motherfucking... At least slower. This is too important. Risa's standing here within. The only ones who can sense it. It's a partition. We all have time in the world for a little heart-to-heart. Just who the hell are you? And you too, Rosine. Why are you wearing your habit all of a sudden? Starting out with the basics, I see. Perfectly fine by me. Who the hell am I, indeed? My formal ties are to this... Pause, wait. What? Nope. Normal speed. My formal ties are to the Septian Church as a member of the Gralsritter. Second among the Dominion. I stand at the right hand of our leader, and am known by some as the Partitioner. But you already know my real name, of course. I've never hidden that from you. I am and shall always be Thomas Lysander. I'm a squire tasked with supporting him in the execution of his duties. What? You could say I'm an apprentice knight of the Gralsritter. What? Wait, what? Hold on, what? The Gralsritter? Did they have something to do with the Congregation for the Sacrament Scarlet was talking about? I do, Reen. We're a secret sect of the Congregation, an unseen face. Our organization's existence isn't known to the wider world, nor should it be. Our primary purpose is to gather and seal away dangerous artifacts. But every once in a blue moon, it becomes necessary to undertake covert operations like this one. What are you even what? I knew you were suspicious. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, to be honest. I felt like there was something off about you for a while now. You're able to decipher the Black Records for one, and your knowledge and abilities go way beyond an average instructor's. But even still, I never would have guessed that you were connected to something this large scale. What are you doing here? With all that in mind, what do you want with me? Why tell me all this now? Have you finally decided to step out of the shadows and interfere now? It's not quite it. Perish the thought, Reen. What happens in the old schoolhouse is out of our jurisdiction. Always has been. The way things stand brings to mind a few parallels of the Barrel's phantasma trouble, but I doubt this is nearly as dangerous. After we're done here, I'll be glad to let you tackle that on your own. Me, I'm the only one, I only need to talk to you for a little bit. After all, you are an Awakener possessing a fragment of great power. That means we have matters to discuss. Okay? This should come as no surprise, but the trouble facing this land is far from over. And it may seem to have passed for now, but this piece is merely a simple respite. The most crucial moment stands silent in the wings, waiting to unfurl before us. The Chancellor never stops spinning his webs, and while he may have repelled Ouroboros for now, they will be back, mark my words. Holy shit. There's not a doubt in my mind that you'll have an important role to play in what's to come. That's why I thought it'd be worthwhile to make a formal introduction and ask for your cooperation. So, what will you say? Maybe? Sir, if I may, you might want to ease into him a little bit more gently. It's quite a lot to take in at once. Yeah? I mean, I want you to know that we're not here to scare you or make an enemy of you. We don't mean to pressure you into a response either. For now, our intent is just to remain here and keep an eye on things. So if there's anything you need our help with, we're here for you. Just ask and we'll do whatever we can. Thanks, Rosine. Okay. You're right too. This is a lot to take in at once. I'm not really sure how to respond. I guess at the very least, I can tell you're not my enemies. But by the same token, that doesn't necessarily make you my allies either. So, no promises. Interesting. I understand completely, Reen. And for the time being, that's perfectly fine. But to return to an earlier topic, those black records you found are actually of particular interest as historical artifacts. Okay? As far as I can tell, their purpose was to record the true history of the Divine Knights. Okay? Given that recovering artifacts like those is our job, if you happen to find any more, do pass them along to us, would you? I'll give you transcripts of everything I can decipher, of course. Given what you've read so far, I'm sure you must be curious. Yeah, I'll give it some thought. Is there more? Oh my goodness. Fuck. What has happened? What the? Well, do take care, everyone. I'll be praying for you. Of course you will. She's a nun, so she can do— Oh, what? 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 Yes, yes, yes. God damn. Are you really sure that was for the best? I'm afraid you might have made him even more wary of us. That was exactly my intent. I need him to start acting with a little greater awareness of his place in the world that's more precarious than he takes it for. That is, if we intend to unravel the mysteries of the two septarians that once graced this hollow land, and beyond that, the secrets of the system fashioned by the witches and the gnomes and the 7 divine knights. Oh my goodness, what? Okay. Osborne being dead set on locking down our activity certainly doesn't help matters either. The Roaring Lion should be able to take care of Western Erebony on his own. But that's certainly no harm in working to strengthen our foothold on this side of the Empire as well. Our work would not be easy, Rosine. Be mindful of that. Yes, sir. Well, if you excuse me, the children are waiting. Oh, shit. I didn't think Rosine was in on it. Whatever it was. Ah, my goodness. I don't understand like 90% of that, but oh my goodness. Oh, and thank you, Nemesis958, for your videos. They were very helpful in actually being able to do this without me having to go play those parts and unlock everything myself. So, big shout outs to him and his not permission given. I'm sorry if you wanted permission. I don't know what Phantasma is. So the Black Records themselves seem to— it was the creation of the great power, what basically the idea of what that is. And then it was combating the Dark Dragon. It seems like there's a big gap there, though, in terms of the actual creation of the Divine Knights and the system and all that stuff, which seemed to happen before the Dark Dragon incident. So I'm guessing if it's a system, it's a cycle. Before the War of the Lions, one of the cycles was the Dark Dragon incident, at least to some extent. Maybe. I will say, it really does make me want to go play the Sky games, because it's like, okay, there's stuff that happened. I was told that it means a lot more to people who've played the Sky games, this ending in this. So there's a lot there that just means nothing to me. But there's so much to it that it just makes me more and more curious. Ooh, I'm still going to take a break, and I still have the spoiler talk to go. And I'll probably look over this, everything that's been said here again in editing and whatnot. So I might talk about it a bit more in the spoiler talk. So, ooh. But that's all I have left. That, the review, and if people really want it, maybe the drama CD stuff, but that would be much more well into the future if I did those. But other than that, very interesting. I guess if you're not going to watch the spoiler talk, or if you're not going to watch the review, I guess if you want to see more of my Legend of Hero content, then I'll see you in Trails in the Sky. See y'all later. Drive safely, everyone.